Afternoon, guys. So I'm in the jungle again. That's actually all potatoes with some weeds on top. And I didn't pull the weeds out because I wanted it to, they were doing fine. As you can see, there's potatoes. So I'm not ready to pick potatoes. I'm still picking beans. So maybe next weekend I've got tomatoes in there. I am harvesting the dill seed. I've got, what'd I get? I filled up a container of like the dill weed. And I'll show you. So there's a difference between the seed and the weed. I don't know why they call it weed. So here's your seed. This is your dill seed. So as you can see, it looks like celery seed kind of, because I do believe they're in the same family. But there are some, you can see those. That's your dill seed. And then this would be what I would call dill. What you're more likely used to seeing is this dill weed. So I got a Ziploc baggie of this, and I've got some of the seed in it. And then all this stuff here, I was going to make and put a Ziploc baggie of this in the house where I had it dried. As you can see, I've picked some of the big heads. And then I started picking the beans too. I'm kind of working my way through the garden as I go. So there's my onions. They look good. I need to check my onion seed, see if that's ready to harvest and put into bags so that I can plow this up this fall and seed it. I just had a conversation with my neighbor, and when we bought the place 2 years ago, well, it'll be 2 years in November, but we had talked to them about sharing the hay field, and because he lives right across the street where he can, he just brings his tractor over and everything. It's really easy for him. And I really don't want to plow the fields. I spent too much time learning about soil management and runoff and nutrients and all that stuff that I don't want to have to plow it. But I don't have a tractor. See, there's the problem. So anyway, he was cutting, raking, and baling what was out there. He hog brushed some. And then after he got to keep the hay. And I had thought that I would get part of the hay, but we didn't finalize everything, and we ended up having to pay for the hay. So then he rented the barn, and my husband said he could use the other barn, so he thinks he can have both for $500 a year to $500 a month. Wouldn't that be nice? $500 a year to put his stuff in there. So he's got the metal one full of hay and his tractors, and then he's got this one full of other hay and a combine or a raker or something. But anyway, so he gets to store his stuff, and then he gets all the hay, and then we buy hay from him. So, but anyway, he was saying that it wouldn't be worth his while to farm it if I don't let him plow it. Which I'm trying to logically wrap my mind around. How is it not worth his time? Because he says he's got another place that they said that he could just, burn it, and then he could plow it, and then he could have the hay off of it for 4 years. And he's like, well, I only pay $120 for that. And I'm thinking, but you're not paying anything for mine. And you're right across the street. You don't have to drive your tractor, 2 miles, 3 miles, 5 miles down the road. Our driveways are directly across from each other. So I'm trying to figure out whether he's just saying that because he wants to push me to plow my fields, or I'm just trying to figure out and what my options are at this point, because he didn't finish hog brushing what he was supposed to hog brush out there. He was supposed to hog brush that big section in the middle. Put my glasses on to see if you can see it. So if you look out in the field, I gotta step in the shade so that I can see what you're seeing. Oh, I'm standing on potatoes. Okay, so if you can see out there, there's field, and then there's a tall brush, and then, the barn's in the way. But then you could see where it was, and then he saved that tall stuff because it's got trefoil seed in it. And then over here, that's his hay that he got out of the field. And then over here, it's, you know, and what he wants to do is he wants to, let me see if I can zoom back out now to a normal, whatever normal is. I think that's the normal. But if you can see, so he got all the hay off, and it's 40 acre, it's a 40 acre plot, but I'm thinking maybe he's only getting hay off, maybe, I don't know, that's gotta be half. So, I don't know, let's say half 20. I think it's a little more than 20 though. I don't understand. And you know, if that's the way it's gonna be, then I can convert my goats over to this barn, run them that way, put them in this pasture up here, because I'm already buying the hay. I'm trying to figure out why would I continue to let him farm the land if he's not going to farm it the way I want it farmed. And I understand it's his equipment and stuff, but I got to talk to somebody who does no-till farming here. I'll get a hold of Michigan State University and see if they can hook me up with somebody. I need to think about this. So I need to get a hold of somebody so that they can explain to me what the pros and cons, what the real pros and cons are. I don't want it farmed commercially. I don't want it run like, you know, yeah, because he was like, well, you know, that quack swamp, quack grass, it'll take over, it's worthless, it's not worth anything, you know, the state put it out here, you know, you keep planting trees, which he keeps running over with the tractor. I just don't know. I need more information. If you can see, look, I got potatoes. If they went down like they did last year, I'll have lots of potatoes. So the slugs came in and just tore everything up. That's a nice potato. Ooh, that's a really nice potato. Ooh, I see taters. I see taters. I should take some in. We're having a stir fry tonight, so I don't need potatoes tonight. That's a big one too, isn't it? Let's see. A big one. I'm going to have to redo my nail polish. Tomorrow's the first day of school, and I was hoping that I went to a wedding this weekend, so I painted my nails, and I was hoping I wouldn't have to repaint them till later, but not if I'm going to come out and dig potatoes. It's not good for the nail polish job. So, that one looks a little mushy on the end. I don't know if that was a slug that I squished. It was a slug that I squished. I hear a woodpecker far, far away. So, anyway, that's my dilemma today. The dilemmas. I wish I didn't have any dilemmas. But we'll see. I really came out to harvest the dill, grab some tomatoes, pick the beans, what was left. I've still got more coming, so I'm not too big a hurry to get them all out. The onions look good. Hopefully they'll be nice big globes. The ones I planted last year lasted all the way till like May, and then we used up the last of them. So it wasn't a lot. I had a whole bunch in here, so when I'm digging up the potatoes, I think I'll find the onions in there too. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it did. It got away from me again. It's hard. It's hard to keep up when you have other things going on. Anyway, that was my dilemma. So, sorry about the rant about the dilemma. Look at all those cabbage moths. They just having a good old time. Oh, they're pollinating though. I see a bumblebee. And at this point in time, I don't know why I think they're just getting pollen. I don't know if those are cabbage moths or not, but they're not laying eggs, they're getting pollen. Huh. And that is that the dandelion or is that a beet? That might actually be a beet that I missed. It's now going to seed. I'll check the roots and see if it's a beet, and if it is, then yum, I'll save the seeds. I like beets. I really like pickled beets. Alright, if you have any input on what I should do about my fields, I'd love to hear from other people and what they think. You know, I just don't like it when people cop an attitude with me when they're like, oh, well, she doesn't know what the hell she's talking about, yada, 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 yada. You know, if I'm asking questions and I'm having input, I want some input. I want some facts, and I want to be able to make an informed decision and have all of the information, not just part of the information. And don't guilt me into it. Don't say, well, I'm just trying to help you out. I'm just trying to make it easy for you. I'm not above hard work. And I don't want to sound ungrateful for all the help they've given us, but at the same time, I'm the one paying the property taxes. It's my field. If you want to do it the easy way, then go plow the other guy's field down the frickin' road and turn it over. See, because once you turn it over, you can't plant in it. You don't get hay for a year or two. Because you got to have everything grow back. Well, why can't I just top seed? That's what other people do in no-till, and then you still get hay. It's not the best hay the first year, but when it comes back in, it's way better. Yeah, see. I'm going to have to talk to somebody. So, anyway, good afternoon, guys. I didn't mean to go on and on about my troubles. My troubles. So, have a good afternoon. Bye.